Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Onying Show. Today, as we celebrate International Women's Day, we got to have a good person, our visitor that has decided to visit Onying Show to let us know about the International Women's Day. Let us celebrate it together. Tony, you're most welcome.
Wow, thank you very much, Gloria, and a happy International Women's Day to all the ladies, the girls, and of course the daughters out there. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Tony. So if you can tell us briefly what have brought you in Onying Show.
Of course, to celebrate the mighty International Women's Day. What else, Gloria?
Wow, I really like that. I didn't expect to hear that from you. Though, yeah.
Wait, what do you mean you didn't expect to hear that from me?
No, this is a women thing. So I expected
it's a celebration.
I expected you to bring up different conversation notes. I'm really eager to hear what is coming out.
We are all products of women, you know that, right?
I know.
Thank you.
So please take us through what you understand of International Women's Day.
International Women's Day, like it says, it's that moment. Gloria, do you have someone you really cherish? Someone every day you see how far you've gone.
I have that role model that I love so much.
Who is that?
Chose so I can't mention her name from here, but just know I love her and I chose everything that she does.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say something, but let me leave you for the benefit of the show.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes, okay. So International Women's Day is just that portion of a day that we dedicate to the respect, to the recognition, and for lack of a better word, the commemoration of those great persons that define why you and me are seated right here, the women. You know, first and foremost, if you're a reader, you definitely can identify with the patriots of humanity. Back from the religious books, Christianity, Islam, Hindu, and what have you, you realize that behind all those great individuals, there was a woman. As a Christian, we all know that there is a story brought about by the birth of Jesus Christ, and there was a lady. Then when we look at the African fundamentals, we all have personalities. The celebrated hero Nelson Mandela is a no man without the recognition of the works of Winnie Mandela. May their souls rest in peace. Then you come back to your country, Uganda. We have great women out there. We have the First Lady, Janet Museveni. You know, putting our political differences aside, there is a yield as far as these people show. There are different people representing the ministries in different locations. Another prominent state that I always want to recognize are the Indian women. You know, India is one of those states whereby the marriage is the other way around. The woman does everything as opposed to most of the cultures. So International Women's Day is that day dedicated to the honor and the service of the women. At the workplace, our bosses, at the studio here, Gloria interviewing me, our mothers, in fact, that's what I was expecting from you. Talking about mommy, you know, most of us are standing here. The biggest percentage of us have our mothers in
Tony,
the village.
wait, I said my role model.
You said your role model, you didn't mention it. Yeah. Are you not proud?
I'm very proud, of course.
Of course.
Let's continue.
Yeah, thank you very much. So those are some of the things that we look up to. The accounts of what women do, I could just lose it. There is a saying that behind a great man, there is a woman. So to be honest, it is just by courtesy, by compassion, by nature that we have to celebrate the women. So International Women's Day, it's not a day for Uganda, it's not a day for Kenya, not a day for, for United Kingdom, it's not a day for the United States, not a day for South Africa, it's a day for the women all over the world.
Yeah, I understand. So, what are the questions women ask themselves?
Well, talking about the questions that women ask, Gloria, the options, if I could call them, the aspects of injustices, social injustices. Have you ever been in a situation and you hear a friend, a girl, tell you, I wish I was a boy. I wish God made me a man. Why would those kind of imaginations keep coming? It is not that being a man it's all celebration.
Yeah.
And this is the point where we all have to really recognize the power of creation. God made you a woman for a reason. Because perhaps if you were a man, you'd maybe be a cheat, a player. You'd probably be a drunkard and by now you'd be no more. He made me a man because maybe if I was a woman, I would be, sleeping around with every man around. So he made me a man for a reason. He made me a man, maybe I would provide better for the family. And that's the reason. So there's no reason as to why we could say, no, I really need to be that. All these triggers of the society, all the negativities that our women feel today are triggered here in the society.
Yeah, I get.
The aspects of nature. At the workplace, when a woman is the leader, there is a question of somebody wanting to distract her so that her performances are not recognized. When you go to your home, a boy child goes out and comes back late, it is okay. The girl child goes and comes back late. Everybody joins in the beating of this girl, including the boy that went out late.
Meaning we are all equal.
There is that equality. We need to bring it out in a more constructive way. You go out to, politics. The support granted to women by most countries, actually, they do not bring out the fact that women can actually stay. I'll tell you one thing. When I was doing my first degree in social sciences, there was a question of gender and development. Then there's a question of women and development. Those are very important aspects. You see, when a woman goes to look for a job, there are most important cases, two scenarios. One, a woman is a friend to the other colleagues in the workplace when she is not pregnant.
Yeah. Sure.
When she gets pregnant, even in the course of the meeting, they begin to throw her out. I remember watching a video at one point where this lady went on maternity leave. When she came back, the boss told her, no, I don't think you can take part in that project. The lady felt low. What is this? Is it because I'm a woman? What if I wasn't? Then the other point is, will the woman wait to grow old at the stage that she can no longer give birth, that she expects promotion? Like in the judiciary, for example, age is an aspect. So all these kind of scenarios make them begin to blame themselves. Another aspect is you look at the thing of technology. This is the 21st century. Everybody is supposed to be employed into technological settings. I work with an organization where the women are so much involved in the aspect of politics or the aspects of technology. But when you get out there, you're communicating and saying, hey, I'm the ICT consultant of company ABCD. Even the way the society will receive you are feeling that, no, how could she? I've moved on the road and gone to situations whereby a lady is the conductor in a commuter taxi. When this lady is the conductor, it is unusual. Everyone is looking at her like it's not normal.
Actually, some may even laugh at.
Yeah, what's like they look at you like you've not made it in life, you're struggling, the society has failed you. Now, if a male is the conductor, the same language that this man will use to ask for money, in Uganda there is a common word. When you use a taxi, the conductor is known of saying abasigadde, meaning those who have not paid, those who are remaining to pay my money.
Yeah.
So if this lady says abasigadde, and for your information, the ladies actually ask for the money better from the passengers. And they even say thank you. Which client, which human being in life is not looking for a good service person? Someone who speaks to me well and gives me that appreciation that, look, thanks for giving me the money. So all those kind of things, the society has decided that let the women go back and stay in the house. and let the men collect the money. Let the women stay at home and let the men drive the trucks. Let the women stay at home and let the women man the lorries. Let the men man the lorries. That kind of situation, I think it's what makes the women keep wondering and cursing themselves why they are actually in that kind of position.
Yeah, I really understand. Really, women have asked many questions to themselves. But what can we do to create a supportive society for women?
A supportive society, all the stakeholders of the community need to take part. That is inclusive of the women. You know, Gloria, the interesting point is this, that sometimes the women become their own hindrances to their personal growth. Think about a situation whereby you're voting for a guilty president in a university and this lady puts up. Then at the end of the results, the result is too low and the population where majority are women. Why are they not pushing for their own? You got into politics. We've seen female counterparts that have gone into presidential bid and they are the ones getting 3%, 4%, a population which has so many women. So first and foremost, the women have to stand by each other. That's the first point. No one is going to push you if you do not push for yourself. That is one. Number two, the religious institutions, the mosques, the churches, and all those religions that I cannot mention here. While you go there, let's stop these issues of saying women are exceptional. They should just be on, let everything be done. Who told you only the men saw God? Who told you it's only the souls of the men that go to heaven? Then the other important aspect is the government. You know, every country has a government. So the primary driver of women participation, women emancipation, women empowerment, equity, it is the government. I like celebrating the fact that in Uganda, putting political issues aside, differences aside, they have lived for the last 33 years, looking at transitions where you find the government giving power to women in top ministerial bodies. Definitely there are lines of challenges, there are issues of corruption and all those kind of stuff. But when you look at performance-wise, they are actually proving to perform better. So my advice to create a supportive society is, so the women, you need to really take part. You need to continue doing what men can do. And for us to create that support, government, the religious institutions, and everybody must recognize women as a very important pillar of the community, without whom something will always appear to be missing.
Well, thank you so much, Tony. Thank you. This is a very great discussion. I wish every man outside there you can tune in to Tony Onying Show and at least hear this so that we can change our environment together with the world. So, Tony, how do you advise today's girl child?
Well, thank you very much, Gloria. The girl child, sometimes when we share these stories with the young people, they be like, hey, look, these ones are of old generation. You don't understand these things. But now, for those that are listening to me, we are all in the 21st century. Let me tell you that. Anybody who is born within the 90s, the 80s, you are still within the 21st century. As I deliver this message, the girl children, we all have smart televisions today. We all have smartphones. We all can afford almost the same iPhone like the child of the generation and all those kind of things. What does that imply? What affects the woman will affect the girl.
Yeah.
HIV is not for the old. It is for everyone, as long as you don't follow the norms. COVID-19 came recently, did not spare anybody. Whether you're young, whether you're old, it was a similar issue. So for the girl children, my request to you, 1, be safe. Do not despise the homes that you came from. If you came from a poor family, it is not a mistake that you're still alive. If God wanted you to be born in a certain family, probably you would not even be there. Maybe you would be nursing cancer somewhere if you're not yet there.
True.
So let's accept the consequences, if I may call it, but affirmatively. Let's accept our upbringing and the backgrounds. Let's not go out and pretend that we have money and you start drinking and you get used by the men out there. Let's not go to these hostels at the universities and stop sleeping with every man around there in the interest of money. You are messing up the reputation of your family. You are messing up the name of your mother. How will it feel, Gloria, during graduation when they come and there are two things? One, your name is not on the list. You've been lying to your mother. Number two, you come out there and guess what? Your performance is the worst and then there is even no job for you. So the different social media platforms that you use, make sure that you use them smartly. The friends that you keep, make sure that you keep them, those that actually add value to your life. Do not just be there for people who tell you good things. Be there for people who also tell you when you are wrong. So most important is, as a girl children, always remember there is International Women's Day, which will celebrate you, only those that make it to the heights. Make sure that you try your best to do better than mommy did. And that should not be doing the bad things. Always be that person where if you studied at the point where mommy was always in the hospital, it simply takes you being a source of joy to your mother that will heal her from that cancer, from the ulcers, from that kidney issue, for always being there and surviving on painkillers and all those kind of things. So please, 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 I beg you, let us celebrate International Women's Day. Let you, the young girls, be the reason we celebrate you. Let the organizations, the workplaces, and everyone else be a part and a pillar to the promotion of a gender-equal society.
Thank you so much, Tony. This has been a very great one. I really like the last discussion, what you've ended with. We shouldn't be what we see the world doing. We should follow what our mothers are doing or what our mothers did, so that we can be the.
But we follow the good parts. We follow the good parts that our mothers are doing. You know, we also have those types of mothers who have decided to hand over their children in the hands of the maids.
Yeah.
You do not know what those maids do with you. For the maids that are watching me, please do not critique this. You need to remember that you can be a mother and anyone can do what you're doing to your child someday. So mothers, let's be good examples to these children. Let your children be attached to their cultural values. Let your children be God-fearing. Let your children be your brand in the community. I'm sorry, I had to bring that up.
Thank you so much, Tony. It was very, very important. If you didn't talk about it, we are going to miss a lot. Thank you so much, Tony. Our dear viewers, that's all that we had for you today. Tony, we'll be glad to host you again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for always visiting the Pinton Studio, the Tony Onying Show.
Thank you.
Our dear viewers, see you in the next sessions.
God bless you. Thank you very much.